Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining today's webinar on the Ansible. And using the Ansible today, we are going to install the Splunk forwarders in the in automatic way. How we can able to install the forwarders using the Ansible. So the Ansible is a Red Hat tool, but it's a open source also. It is available. So if you go to the website, you will see like in the Red Hat how you can able to use this particular Red Hat, but not only on the Red Hat, any Linux, any other Linux operating system also we can able to automate things. Okay, so today what I am going to do is when I am going to install the Splunk on the multiple consoles, first I need a console server. So first I need the Ansible console server. From this Ansible console server, today what I'm going to do, I am going to take two more nodes. So these two I will make them as the universal forwarders. In Ansible language, Ansible call this as a console server and these two as a manager nodes. But in a Splunk language, we use the manager node for the which manages other things, right? So that is the reason I don't want to name them. So I'm going to name them as a universal forwarder 1 here and universal forwarder 2 here. So this will be universal forwarder 2. And now what I'm going to do, I am going to take one more server, which is a Splunk deployment server. Which is a where the forwarder management will be enabled in this server. It automatically will be enabled, right? So what I'm going to do, using the Ansible without touching both the servers, with the Ansible, we are going to install now. We will going to download the Splunk into both of them from the internet and install the Splunk and give the command Splunk set deploy pool. By giving that command, once these two servers are up, automatically these two have to go here and and send some data to this Splunk deployment server. Okay, so that is the plan today. What we are going to do. To do that, I am going to use the AWS console. Okay, AWS console. I already have one controller, but I don't want to use it. I am going to take a new controller. Okay. Again, at the same like that, I would like to take a new deployment server and all the setup as a newly I would like to take. So first, what I'm going to do, I am going to delete these three servers first. I'm terminating those instances currently. And now I am going to add another four more instances. Without confusing, I'm going to name, I'm going to name them appropriate names so that there won't be any confusion. So I'm going to launch these instances now. So here I am taking the name as Ansible, and here Ansible manager node. Okay, I'm going to take Ansible controller. This is the Amazon Linux machine, and the instance type. I would like to take the instance type as the T2 micro is enough for it. But yeah, I would like to take one more machine for this Splunk, right? So I would like to take here the C5 large. Some GUI got stuck here. Just give me a second. Okay, I took the C file large and I can use the key pair login, which is a 0303. I already have this one. I'm going to use the same. And the existing, I would like to use the security group also existing one. I already kept one security group, so I would like to use that security group. And configuration, I would like to take the 24 GB configuration. Okay. And I'm going to add two servers here. So I am going to launch these two instances. Okay. Now I am going to have the two instances here. So what I'm going to do, and just refresh the page. This is terminated already. This is terminated. And also here, I can use a filter it out using the running one. So this one, I am going to use it as a old controller because if any of the my configuration is won't work, I would like to take the configuration from it. So that is the reason I'm keeping as an old controller. So this will be new controller here. This is the new Ansible controller. And here I would like to install this Splunk. So here I am going to install this Splunk here. So I am making this name as Splunk Deployment Server. Okay, this is the new Ansible controller and this is the Splunk DS. And I would like to add two more universal forwarders. So again, I'm going to launch two more instances, which will be useful as my universal forwarders. So here I'm going to keep the name as Splunk UF. And I would like to take the same Amazon Linux machine. And here I want to install the Splunk Universal Forwarder over here. And if I go down, here you can see the instance type is T2 micro and it's a free tier eligible. For Universal Forwarder, this is more than enough. We don't need to add any more CPU or memory to it. And key pair login. So I have already one, so I'm going to use it. And again, the network settings, the existing one only, I'm going to use the network setting and I will go here. The same configuration storage is enough, 8 GB configuration storage. And again here, I'm going to take two. We can take two, three, five, n number of machines we can able to take. So for the easy to verification purpose, currently I'm taking two. So two machines, I would like to take the two number of instances and I'm going to launch the instance. So now
Uh,
two,
Chaitanya,
yes, go ahead, Mahesh.
so is this automation only eligible for Linux? Is also Windows also?
As per my best of knowledge, it's only useful for the Linux.
Okay.
Okay, right. Okay, right. So you can see here two universal forwarders came up here. So I'm going to name one and another one is UF Splunk UF2. Okay. So let me write down here the IP addresses. The Splunk deployment server IP address is this one. The Splunk IP address is here. And my Ansible console server, my new Ansible console server is this one. And Universal Forwarder 1 and 2. Universal Forwarder 1. I'll keep here. And same like that, another one, Universal Forwarder 2. So first I need to set up the Ansible console server. So I have already noted down some of the steps how to do that. First I will go through those steps and then we'll work on it one by one. So these are the steps I'm going to use first. I have made, I just spin up a new server, right? So first step, what I am going to do, I am going to install the Ansible using this command sudo yum install. After that, I will going to, sorry, that is the Python 3 actually. So the next one using the pip3, I am going to install the Ansible. Okay. So this command is going to install the Ansible. Second step is I am going to verify whether Ansible got installed or not. So using the which Ansible command, I can able to see, if I get the output like that, then that means Ansible got installed. And also by checking this Ansible version, if I get the output like that, then I can understand Ansible got uh, installed. After that, in the Ansible, under the etc directory, I would like to create one directory called Ansible. And in that directory, I would like to keep my hosts file and also my PEM file. What is this PEM file first? PEM file is nothing but I am using the AWS servers, right? Instead of giving the password, I am using the private key file. Okay, I am using the public key and private key, right? So that PEM key file I already keep it. So I'm going to use that PEM key file. After that, I'm going to create one text file called hosts. In that host, I am going to mention these are my hosts. These are my hosts which I'm going to install. So that I am going to mention in this hosts file. Okay. Once I mention like that, once I mention the hosts there, and then I have to verify the connectivity between my Ansible console and my Universal Forwarder. Because I want to install it means I need to establish the connection on them. So this is the step. What is the step I am going to use? I'm just simply pinging that instance. If I can able to ping them, that means the connectivity got established. If I find if I find any errors in them, I had some known errors also will be there. We'll see that known error. So this is how I am going to set up. Okay. So first I am going to install the Ansible. So let me take the machine here. First delete all of them. So this is I am using MOBA Xterm. Okay, you might have heard of the name. Instead of putty, I'm going to use it. I will tell you what is the benefit using the MOBA Xterm. So I'm going to take one session. I'm going to log in into the new Ansible controller. New Ansible controller. This is the IP address. Copy it. Username is easy to user, and instead of password, I'm going to supply my private key over here and open, accept. So here I'm going to change the tab name as Ansible controller. The benefit with the MOBA Xterm, using other than putty is here you can see how much CPU utilizing in the below line, how much RAM is utilizing, and what is the outgoing traffic and ingoing traffic bandwidth, and how much time it is up. I 8 minutes back only have created it. Who is the user, and what is the disk per how much disk used. Now what is the temporary files, how much you use. So all this information will be visible here. So that is the reason I would like to use this mobile exterm. Right. So I want to become a sudo user here, sudo su. I'm just clearing this. So now I am currently as a root user. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to install the Ansible. So first I'm going to install the Python here.
Is it a prerequisite to install Python before running Ansible?
Yes, you require the Python. Yes. Okay. And after the second command, pip3 install user Ansible. That's it. So it is installing some of the packages here. You can see this is a large package.
So Sahitya, so is this process is same? So we need to consider whether our environment like single mighty, right? So
So
we need not to consider, right?
I didn't get you, Mahesh. What need to consider?
No, so assume that we have single site clustering and multi-site clustering.
Okay.
So is there anything that we need to consider while doing this activity?
No, actually, see,
No,
when
right?
you see what I want to say,
Mm-hmm.
it's not only useful for the forwarders.
Okay.
You have the 100 servers. In the 100
Okay.
servers, you want to change. For example, you have 4,000 universal forwarders are there. In that
Mm-hmm.
universal forwarder, in a 2,000 of them, you want to create a new deployment server. How can you do that?
Okay.
So that way, that time, if you use this Ansible, the best thing with the Ansible is you have only one console server. You don't have any agents here. You no need to install Ansible in them in universal
O-
forwarders. If you
Okay.
have a connectivity like firewalls rules, if you have allowed between the universal forwarder and Ansible console, and with the right permission, it can able to change any configuration in them.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So like if you have a 50 servers are there, you wanted to see what is the software is running on, or you wanted to simply run the ping command in them. It's easy to
Mhm.
do all those things using the Ansible.
Okay. So in the after installing everything, right? So
Hmm.
whenever any configuration has to be done, so
Hmm.
if we execute anything from this Ansible controller, this thing will get executed in all the universal forwarders.
Yeah, whatever you give, yeah, the host file, everything it will go and it can able to execute. Even you can change the. I will show you in some time. I will show you the host file creation. That time I will show you how you can able to do that.
Sure.
Right. So I have installed here the Ansible here. I installed the Ansible. Now we need to see whether Ansible got installed or not. So let me clear this and let's run the command which Ansible. See, now I have got it. So the Ansible got installed here under the root directory, local bin and Ansible. And I can say like Ansible version. Next command is Ansible version. So which version have to give double notation? Okay. Yeah. When I given the version, so I got the current version of Ansible I'm using is a 2.15.13 and some information also I have received over here. So, yep, now I have installed them. Now, what I'm going to do, I am going to create one etc Ansible directory. In that directory, I'm going to create host file, and also I'm going to create, I'm going to add this PEM key file. So let's do that. Clear. So let me go to the etc directory. Here, there is no Ansible here. Okay, there is no Ansible. So I'm going to create mkdir Ansible, cd Ansible. Okay. So I am under the Ansible directory. So currently nothing is there. So first I wanted to add here the 0303 my PEM key. So what I'm going to do here, this MOBA exterm is also easy to add, files from my local laptop to here. I don't need to use that no another third party thing.
Win
Yep,
itself. Win
not
itself.
required. Will not required it. Okay, so let's see this. Um, yeah, here I'm simply drag and drop that file. Yeah, see, I can simply drag and drop here. Now it's added to my temporary directory. Yeah, you can see here it's in my temporary directory. Now I'm copying it from my temporary directory to etc Ansible. Now when I say ls, I have got the PEM key, but I have to verify what is the permission it currently contains. So it doesn't have proper permission. So what I'm going to do, I am changing the permission to it to the 400 0303 PEM. So when I say ls minus ll, oops, okay, that's fine. It's a root file, right? So this is good. So now I'm going to clear it. Now I am going to create the hosts file. Okay. So vi hosts. So in this hosts, I already mentioned here how to add those, host files. So let me copy it and let me open new file over here. So like that we can able to add. For example, I am keeping this as the manager and this is the manager node one and what is the IP address of it and why in when I am logging with the EC2 user, so the which user name I am using like EC2 user and I have keep the private key file instead of password, right? So I am keeping this particular PEM key file. Like that, for example, you have some other files, right? Suppose instead of manager, you have some files in another, you have some audit team forwarders are there. So then you can keep the audit team forwarders here, forwarders you can mention here. Or you wanted to keep another, the security team forwarders are there, no? You can write the security forwarders. So you can write down those forwarder names and how you wanted to log in into them. So like that, same like our server classes, how we write in a Splunk, right? The same way, even in Ansible also, you can able to group them, some of them into one group so that it is easy for you to which one you wanted to add instead of you want to run the command in everything or you want to run few commands only on this audit forwarders or you want to change something in only the security forwarders, like that you can able to do. So currently I have the two.
So
Yeah, go
okay,
ahead.
this is going to be a manual task, right?
This is manual task. Still currently we are setting up the server. Once you setting up the server, then the automation will start.
Okay, so at scale, how do we achieve, like, if you, as you mentioned that we are going to deploy at scale, for example, for then how do we, it is going to be manual task. We need to enter those 2000 IP addresses like manually in this and then group it.
Yeah, for example, if my case, I use the Excel sheet. I have the 200 IPs, right? So I simply write Ansible host is equal to in one column. In another column, I will give the IP address. And after that, what is the username I will give here. And no, that's it. Once I do that, I will merge them and I will make this.
Okay, okay, okay.
First
That's
time you
good.
have to do manually only. After that onwards, it will be automatic.
Okay, fine.
Right. So now manager node one manager. So I let me change them to the UF1 and to the UF2 here. And I will add the IP addresses here. UF1 IP address. and same like that UF2 address. This is the UF2 address. So I will copy it and paste here. That's it. Okay. Now you can see I have the PEM key and also I have the host file. So what is the command I need to run next? Next command I need to do is Ansible manager -m ping. That's it. Ansible manager -m and ping. When I run that command, it is going to the each and every server and it is going to give the result.
Why we are executing this command?
Just to verify whether I am able to run it or not, whether I'm able to contacting with my forwarders or not. So now what I have done, I have installed the Ansible. In a host file, I have mentioned these two. So now what I'm going to do, I'm verifying the connection between them from my Ansible server to my universal forwarders. From one server, like UF2, I have got the reply. Like when I say ping, it said pong. Same like that, I need to get it from the UF1 also. Let me see, is there any issue? I will just, what I'm going to do, I'm going to comment this UF2 to verify is there any specific error is coming from the UF1. So I run the same command now. Ansible manager -m and ping. So let's see, is there any issue? Okay, it's asking me to connect. Yes, I said yes. Okay, this is also worked perfectly. Okay, so let me clear here and vi hosts, and I'm going to remove the comment over here. I'm going to verify one more time whether the connectivity for both got established or not. Ansible manager -m ping. Okay, here you go. So the both servers I have given the answer to me. So the next thing we can run the multiple commands, just to practice purpose if you want. So to do that, the command will be Ansible manager, and I will give the -m, and after that I say it's a command. I'm going to give the command. What is the command? So I wanted to see ls CPU. How many CPUs are there? So actually it has given immediately these two, the commands of ls CPU from UF1 and also UF2 also it has given these commands to me. Okay. So we are good. The connectivity got established. So next step, what I'm going to do, I am going to install the deployment server in another one. Okay. I'm going to install the deployment server. So let me take that, let me log in into it. Deployment server on this, Control C. So let me open it. Deployment server. Okay. I'm going to change the rename tab as a Splunk DS so that it is easy for me. And this one is an Ansible controller. Right. In a Splunk DS, now I need to install this Splunk. So I will go to the Splunk page and I am going to download the Splunk. Quickly, I'm going to install the Splunk here, Splunk Enterprise, get my free trial. In the Linux, the tgg file I would like to take, wget command. I'll come here, go to the opt directory. Nothing is here currently. So I'm getting the Splunk here. So I'm going to install the Splunk using that tar xvzf minus C under opt directory. So I'm going to install and I'm going to unzip the file now. Okay. So now, I have unzipped the file. So I will go to the Splunk cd bin. So here I'm going to say Splunk start and accept I will give the accept license also so that it is a little easy for me. So the flags I'm going to give. Accept license, answer yes. So it is asking me the username and password. That's it. Okay, right. So now the Splunk is running. Splunk is running. So let's open the page here. The Splunk DS page is 54, 89, 104, and 180. So let me open it. 8000. Yep. Okay, right. So this is the newly I have installed the Splunk here. This is my newly installed Splunk. I will go to the settings and forwarder management. Once if I added the, I have installed the universal forwarders, and once I add the set deployment poll command, once I give the set deployment poll command, and once I restart this Splunk universal forwarders, I should get the forwarders should be visible in this forwarders page. Okay, so that is the aim for today. To do that, we need to run multiple commands, right? We need to run the multiple commands. So let us help me. What are all the commands we need to do in a to install the universal forwarder, right? So first, once I open the the universal forwarder, I need to go to the I need to download the file, right? So to get the download file, so I can go here and we'll go to the Splunk page. In the Splunk page, we'll go to the trials and downloads, and in under the universal forwarder. Now I'm going to install the universal forwarder on the Linux. So under the Linux, again, multiple kernels will be there. So the current kernel, what I'm going to use is this, the 4.x plus distribution, 64-bit actually, 64-bit distribution. So I need to copy this tgg command. Okay. So the first thing what I need to do is I need to, under the opt directory, I need to run this particular command, right? So this is the step one I need to do. After that, can someone tell me what is the command I should do next?
We need to accept the license.
Yes, right. Like, first you need to unzip the file. So again, you will give the tar xvzf, and we will give this particular Splunk package. After this Splunk package, under -c, under opt directory, we are going to install it, right? So again, so this all happening on the opt directory only. So this command is not required. Okay. Next, step 3. Once it has come, then you need to go to the OPT. After that, you need to go to the Splunk forwarder, right? Under the Splunk forwarder, we need to go to the bin, and then we have to say Splunk start, accept license, answer yes. And here, one more important thing is important, okay? Because when you say answer yes, normally if you look at the while I'm installing the Splunk, oh, I cleared it actually. It is asking me for the username and password, right? So here what I'm going to do, we are going to give the username as admin, and I'm giving the password also here. So we have to give like that, okay? Username and password. Okay. So once it run, what is the next command we need to do?
We can enable bootstrap.
We can enable what? Sorry, come again.
Enable bootstrap.
Enable boot start. Yeah, we can enable the boot start also. You're right, absolutely correct. OPT Splunk forwarder bin Splunk enable boot start. Yeah, okay. And after that, we can directly go and we can simply say set deploy poll Splunk. What is the command for Splunk set deploy poll? So we need to run the command, which is like, like this deploy poll, Splunk set deploy poll. This is the command we need to give. So we can give that command here, same Splunk set deploy poll. And we have to say instead of this host name, we have to give our Splunk, our server, whatever we have given, this IP address. We need to copy the IP address. We have to give like that. Normally, if you remember, once you give again, it is going to ask the username and password. Okay. So we have to give the auth, and I have to give username and password. Whatever the password I have kept. No, I'm going to keep. No, I need to run this passwords. After that, step 6, what I need to do is simple thing. OPT Splunk forwarder bin Splunk restart. So I need to run the command as Splunk restart. Okay. So these are all the steps we need to do sequential order, right? So the same thing you need to do in a YML, but the YML have only, only simple things are different. So I written the YML file here. If you look at here, this is the YML file. YML file is nothing but if you see whatever we have written the commands, right? So first we have to say what is the name for it, and what is the where we are going to host we are going to use in under the manager. Because we are writing a playbook here, okay? Become yes means this is making sure these all commands are running by the root user, and after that we are saying the tasks. Name of the task, command of the task. Name of the task, command of the task. That's it, we are going to run. Okay, name, extract this Splunk Universal Forwarder, tar xvzf, no, I'm going to extract the universal forwarder. After that, we are going to start this Splunk. You can see here, Splunk start accept license and answer yes and prompt seed password as admin123. And actually, when we are running from the Ansible, right, actually it is not giving the proper command, proper the permission. So here I'm changing the permission as change mode and change owner. These are the commands I'm giving. After that, I'm going to check the Splunk status over here. No, I'm just checking the Splunk status if Splunk status is correct or not. After that, I'm using the Splunk deploy poll server. No, using the Splunk deploy poll server, I'm going to deploy poll it and I'm going to restart it. So this is the commands. No, this is the playbook we are going to add and I am going to run it. But
Like here,
yeah, go ahead.
in the license, accept license answer here. I have given seed password admin123, right? Could you tell more about this? Like where it will ask username and password, it will give, right? So how exactly this is going to work?
No. Just give me a second. If I'm not wrong, in a old Ansible controller, I have added one more interesting fact. So I would like to bring it. Uh, just give me a second. I will answer your question. Let me go to the old controller first.
Yes, yes.
Sorry. Yeah, this is the exact command we need to do. So let me add here. Yeah. So now you can ask me the same question again, please. What's the question?
In the license accepting, right? So it will
License
ask user.
accept. Yeah,
Ah,
here you go. This one, this command. Start Splunk.
yes, yes.
I am saying like start accept license. Answer yes and no prompt. Otherwise, it is ask the prompt. So that is the reason I'm telling no prompt. I don't want username and password. Take the password directly, which is admin at the rate 123. This is the password I'm about to give.
Okay, so username.
Username admin. This is the that is the default username, right, in Splunk.
Okay.
Yeah. So the default username is admin and password I'm giving is capital A admin at the rate 123. You can change if you want anything. But if you change here, again at the same time, you need to change here also. When we are doing the set deploy poll on the server, we need to change the password also here. Okay, that's it. So here at the set deploy poll server, I need to give the proper IP address of the Splunk one. So the Splunk DS IP address is 54.89.104.180. So I will copy and I will paste it here. Okay. So this is the um, playbook I have. I'm going to create. So I will go here. Let me close this. Let me go to the my Ansible controller. Clear. I currently have PEM key and host file only. So here what I'm going to do, I am going to make uh, the one YML file, okay, YAML file. So we can use anything which is going to install this Splunk for Splunk UF installation playbook installation.yml, and we simply copy and paste. That's it. Okay. So here the hosts is I will show you again. Here, no host, we have the manager, right? So that is what we have mentioned the same here. You can see under if whatever in the cat host we have mentioned, we have to say, hey, this playbook need to run on this manager. So I have mentioned the file name is hosts, and under that, where you need to run this playbook, you need to run on this manager playbook. And become yes. What is meant by the become yes means become a pseudo user. That's what I'm telling become yes. After that, I simply mentioned the task, mention what is the name of the task and what is the command, command, what is the command you need to run. So these are the commands. So I'm just clearing this page and now I am able to run the command of it. So here the command is Ansible playbook. Ansible playbook, and we have to give the playbook name, and I'm giving adding the verbose mode so that I will get is there any error occurred, what are the error, yeah, we can able to see. I simply click on the V. So every task it is telling task gathering the facts it has mentioned. After that it has downloaded the file actually. After that it is a starting the Splunk. It is a changing mode, change the owner, change the Splunk status, and set deploy poll server. And it's currently restarting the Splunk forwarder. And everything it has done. Okay. So now we can simply go to the our forwarder management, and we need to wait until this forwarders coming up here. It will take some time because the universal forwarders are currently restarting at the back end, and they will come now.
Title here, I have one doubt.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
here, whenever you execute the command,
Mm,
so usually how it will know that I have to go to that manager and I have to execute.
good. So, okay. Now, so here, if you look at it, VI, okay, I'm getting a cat host file. What is the host file contain? So under this is present under the hosts file. Okay, this is present under the host file. Under that, I have kept the manager and I have given the UF1, UF2. These are the Ansible.
Okay.
Okay, let me write a different color so that it will be little easy to understand. So I have made the host file. Under the host file, I have kept this manager tag. Under the manager, I have this UF1 and I have this UF2. Okay. So actually, I can make all these belongs to one, and all of this belongs to another one. So now you can able to see, right, under manager I have the UF1 and UF2, right? Same like that. If I want, I can able to create another one which is like audit, and here I can keep UF3, UF4. Under that I can keep the security. Here maybe I have the UF6 to UF500. UF500. Okay. Now this host file is clear, right? Now another one what I have this Splunk UF installation dot YML. More Splunk UF installation dot YML. Okay, this is what I'm telling now. So if I go here, this the file name is Splunk UF installation dot YML. What it contain here? The first three line it mentioned. I'm copying only the first three lines. It mentioned, see, host is equal to manager. See, the manager, what I mentioned, manager, and become is equal to yes, I have mentioned here. Okay. So just let me make it as a, okay. So now you can able to see here I have told, hey, where is the host? You need to go to this host file. Under the host file, execute these commands on this manager tag. Okay. If you want to change the different universal forwarder, you have to write clearly under the hosts. You go to the audit. When you say audit, that time what is going to happen? Hey, this is the audit. Go here and execute the commands on Universal Forwarder 3 and Universal Forwarder 4. Like that, we will change. You got it?
Yeah, can you go to that command once, which you have executed to run the installation of to run the playbook?
That command, I think I have. Oh, I'm. Okay, no problem. Okay, so the command I mentioned is Ansible Playbook,
Mm-hmm.
and I simply mentioned installation Splunk UF installation.yml. That's it. Run this
Okay,
YML.
so
We can change
whenever,
how many playbooks we want. We can create.
oh no, like whenever you're executing Ansible playbook, okay,
Huh.
installation file. What I was thinking, like how it will reroute to that exactly that folder.
Folder means like I mentioned.
Like,
I have kept everything under same folder, right? I kept everything under the etc Ansible folder only.
okay, okay, fine.
Under the same folder, I have kept everything under the etc Ansible folder. And here only
Okay,
I'm running the command. Hey, this is the host
okay,
file. You can create if you want. You can create another host file also. You can create more.
okay.
Like,
So
Sai,
Audit.
yeah,
Yeah, like go ahead.
yes, Saita. Like, we just want to run on only one host. So in that case, is there any command that we need to use? Because in this case, we are using it on universal forwarder. Sometimes we can use this on heavy forwarder as well, right?
Oh,
So
yeah,
we
we can
can't
use.
restart heavy forwarder at a time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
is there
can.
any command that we can use, at a time? Like, if it will be there under host, right? So if you give one command, so it will deployment configuration so all the server. Instead of that, that one we can use only one host. Like for example, UF1, UF2 is there, right?
Uh,
So we just want to install on only one server. So that way also it's possible by using some command, or it will go to the all host under that manager.
no, no, no. You no need to do that. Maybe that time you can make, if you want, you can make a new tag stating that single command, and you
Okay.
can mention only this. Single host. For example, you can mention it as a single host. For example, you want to run only on UF1, right? So you can use the same thing here in this command. How you can write after the host, you can simply write instead of manager, you can write the single host. That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. By writing that, it will only go to the UF1. Okay. So this
Okay,
is
guys.
how we can able to change. Even one more thing, what you can do actually, even you can comment here also. If you want, you can comment here also. But I don't suggest, because if you keep the comment and if you forget, next time it won't run on this commented sections.
Yes.
So instead, you can create a new YML file or the new hosts file, and then you can add. Here I have mentioned only one host, right? You can create multiple hosts. You can write like a audit hosts. You can write audit hosts. Under that audit host, you can write your own thing.
Yeah.
Audit UF, and then you can mention UF3, UF4, UF5 details. Only you have to give full details. And then in the next YML, when new playbook you're going to create like a VI audit, uh, audit UF. Like what is the task you're going to do at that time? Maybe you're going to change the site on them, or are changing the indexer, indexer outputs.conf. You can write indexer output.yml. Only on the audit UF you can able to do that. You can mention in the audit host, I need only so and so. You can able to do that. So like that you can able to mention how many different sections we can able to mention, right?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So I am here. Let me refresh this page. Let me see whether I got the universal forwarders or not. Okay, right. So now you can see the universal forwarders are, I have pushed through the Ansible without, I never logged in into the any of the universal forwarder. Only from the Ansible controller, I simply pushed them using this simple playbook. We have created a simple playbook. Uh, using those commands, a simple command, each and every command, but you need to write them like this. Name of it, what is the command? Name, what is the command? So that every task will be executed. So like that, yeah, Ansible is very easy. You can create one Ansible manager, and from that, if you have the connectivity, you can able to run these automation scripts. This is the a plan of today call. If you have any question, you can ask me.
So if you to do any changes on those two servers, like an example, change like any configuration we need to do so that we can do from Ansible, right?
No, I didn't get you. Can you repeat that?
No, usually I will install apps in deployment, it will configure, but is
Uh,
there, so after deploying the universal forwarder in future, so what are the things we need, we can do from this Ansible controller, a part of deploying apps?
Other than that, maybe as a security guys, we don't use, but the remaining all, the technical teams, they wanted to patches, right? For them,
Oh,
they're gonna use this Ansible, or they want to install a new agent, they're going to use it like that. Suppose you have the 4,000 universal forwarder. In your company, every server have universal forwarder, and you have the Ansible with you. And there is a tomorrow a new a software came, and they wanted you to ask you to install some agents into them. You can simply using the simple Ansible playbook, you can able to install, and you can give it to them. It's not only for the Splunk, anything you can change, even OS level changes also it can able to do. It's just automation tool. The only benefit using the Ansible is there is no agent based. This is not agent based. Simply you have the console server. Only here you're going to install Ansible. The remaining thing it take the SSH, and it go to, using the SSH it to do the runs, and it will it will come back. That's it. This is all agentless configuration changes. You can do anything using the Ansible.
okay, thanks.